Arsenal have made it 8 league wins in a row as King Kai Havertz headed them a dramatic late winner. Arteta's men are back top of the Premier League, just as things are getting interesting. So today, not only will we break down what we learnt from Brentford, we'll also discuss the new exciting role for Kai Havertz, get a massive update regarding Arsenal's summer transfer plans, and reveal Mikel Arteta's big demand ahead of Porto. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Babs14. Welcome back to your boy channel, and I hope you guys are doing sensational because Arsenal are back top of the Premier League. As per, don't forget to smash like on the video if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're starting off with Arsenal 2, Brentford 1. The date of August 13th, 2021 is a day Arsenal fans won't forget. Opening day of a brand new season, with this being the Arsenal lineup. Leno, Mari, Lokonga and Chambers included. It was a day that Brentford beat Arsenal 2-0. The headline after the game was that Arsenal were bullied, with the media mainly onto a certain Ben White. Fast forward to 2024 and here he was once again. Pre-match against Brentford with the eyes of a tiger as the Arsenal defenders looked over to Brentford. Mikel Arteta has built a team full of powerhouses, with even Roy Keane saying, physically compared to last year, Arsenal are a much stronger team. I don't think they will fade on that side. The recruitment and the players they've brought in, they've added strength and quality. When I look at Arsenal and the mindset, they look ready for the challenge. This game was a real test, though, mainly because of the Brentford game plan. Stifling Arsenal and trying to make it a cagey game meant that despite there being a total time of 105 minutes, the ball was only in play for 49, less than 50%. Arsenal though were up for the battle. The stats show utter domination with 72% possession and 477 passes completed, not to mention 68 final third entries and a 4.2 expected threat created. Arsenal racked up a whopping 80% field tilts. This actually all starts from the Arsenal centre backs. In Gabriel and Saliba, Arsenal have two of the most powerful in the league. Not scared to battle, and the example being this. Look at how he bounces off one of the strongest strikers in the league. Mikel Arteta's philosophy is coming into life. Years after talking about domination, not allowing opponents to breathe. Look at this example here even in the last game against Sheffield United. Notice how we have physical monsters in certain areas, ready to pounce if any team counterattacks. One of those is Benjamin White, dropping an 8.0 rating with 2 assists. White completed 63 accurate passes, 3 key passes and made 2 big chances as well. I don't think fans understand how special this profile is. A centre-back, right-back and inverted full-back who's able to overlap, with 3 goal contributions in his last 2 appearances. Always available and always dependable. Ben White's recent evolution is taking Arsenal to a new level. No longer a need for an inverted full-back on the left-hand side, allowing Kiwior to play as a more natural left-back. It's all because Arteta can now rely on Ben White, who's always had the quality but now has the understanding of when to invert and what passes to play. Another player who totally understands what Mikel Arteta wants is Declan Rice. Dropping a 7.7 rating in this game, Rice was once again on the score sheets, thriving as a left 8 with 33 passes completed, alongside 2 ground duels and 6 aerial duels won. For the first time in his career, Declan Rice has scored in back-to-back Premier League games, with the recent form being sensational. 3 goal contributions against West Ham, 1 against Newcastle, then 2 back-to-back goals, to make it 12 goal contributions for the season. And it all starts to make sense now. Once by Pep Guardiola in the summer to replace Ilkay Gundogan, a natural goal-scoring midfielder, Pep was aware that Rice had natural goal-scoring potential. A player that Thierry Henry compared to Yaya Toure, the same player that Rice idolises. His stats in the league this year are outstanding. 5th in terms of carries, 3rd in terms of passing the opposition half, 3rd in terms of assists directly from a set piece, 4th in terms of distance covered, and 10th in interceptions. I can't ignore Rice's left-hand side potential, because Rice might be very good as a number 6, but seeing him thrive naturally as a number 8, score goals, get assists. What do you guys think is Declan Rice's future best position? The XG in this game was interesting. Arsenal 1.3 to Brentford's 1.05. The only way Brentford could actually score though was an Arsenal error, with Aaron Ramsdale starting his first league game of 2024. Ramsdale dropped a 6.6 rating, making 3 saves and preventing a 0.3 XG, but of course making a massive error leading to a goal. But here was Ramsdale after the game alongside Mikel Arteta, who gave him a massive hug. Arteta's demands for his goalkeepers are very specific. You need to be a master of baiting a press, the best way being releasing the ball late. David Raya excels at that naturally more than Ramsdale, but don't forget that moment against Man City, where Raya basically made the same error that wasn't punished. Risk taking at the highest level will always cause you errors at one point, but Ramsdale was able to respond fantastically, making important saves in the second half to keep Arsenal in the game. This may well be his final game as an Arsenal player, where thankfully Arsenal made his error irrelevant. With 2 more goals in this game, Arsenal have now made it 70 for the season, the second highest tally in all of Europe, only behind Bayern Munich. Despite there not being a recognised goal scorer, what Arsenal have found is a new solution. Our German king Kai Havertz, who now for the first time in his Premier League career has scored in 4 consecutive games, dropping a 7.6 rating in this game, with 26 accurate passes and 2 aerial duels won. Havertz's heat map shows that he was everywhere. He's now made it 8 goals in the Premier League this season, equaling his best ever season at Chelsea with 10 games to spare. Mikel Arteta has found this guy his perfect environment. As Havertz says, "I'm glad to help this team. I love to play in this team. Whether as a number 8 or number 10, wherever you want me to go." Havertz is our final third Roma, comfortable in all areas, able to combine. Think about what Man City have with Julian Alvarez, that secondary striker behind Haaland. With Arsenal chasing this game, they threw in Gabriel Jesus and freed up Havertz, who in scoring the winning goal, showcased the movement of what makes him special, alongside scoring another clutch goal. 24 years of age, a guy that scored the winner in the Champions League final. Havertz is not only clutch, but he's now also getting confident. Far more aggression in his passing, intent to make things happen. With 8 goals this year from next year 7.81, and a 20% goal conversion, which is very interesting because of Havertz's history. You go back to his career at Chelsea, season after season Havertz underperformed his XG, but then you look at his Bayer Leverkusen days, Havertz was massively overperforming. It looks to me that Havertz is not a bad finisher but more confidence based. You often hear about Arsenal missing a profile like Granit Xhaka, but look at Havertz's goals against Brentford this season. 2 match winners and 6 points won. Are those goals that a Xhaka profile could have scored? The answer is no. The reality is that Arsenal upgraded Xhaka by signing Declan Rice, with Havertz brought in to offer us a different profile. After the game he says this was a massive win for us. We were so desperate to get these 3 points. We didn't play our best in the first half, but I think to win it that way is sometimes even better. It all now means for the first time in 9 years, Arsenal have won 8 league games in a row, alongside a massive result at Anfield, where Liverpool drew Man City 1-1, which all means that Arsenal are now once again top of the league after 28 games played, above Liverpool on goal difference and 1 point ahead of City, with only 10 league games to go. And I'm not even trying to see that table too often. Arsenal fans realise the real tests are coming. We are now entering the business part of the season. All we can do for now is just observe. As Pep Guardiola says, Arsenal are already there. Last season they were our biggest rivals. Look at how they play now. Liverpool need more than 90 minutes to win a game. Arsenal sometimes need only 25. Moving on to Arsenal's big opportunity. After the signing of Yuri and Timber last summer, Arsenal once again have their eyes on Amsterdam. The player in question is 18-year-old Jorel Hato, who in a game against Aston Villa in the Europa Conference League, dropped an 8.0 rating, winning 3 out of 3 ground duels and 2 out of 3 in the air. Hato completed a whopping 77 passes alongside 1 big chance created. The standout feature in this game is his confidence. Very punchy in his play and able to drive out of the back. Hato completes an impressive 63% of his dribbles. A lot of people see this guy as an Eduardo Camavinga type of talent, years ahead of his peers, ready to make the step up straight away. He's only going to have 1 year left on his contract in the summer. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed though, that Ajax are closing in on a new deal for Jorel Hato. There are still details to clarify, but then it will be done until 2028. Hato is in the list of European top clubs like Arsenal, but this deal will have no release clause. The advantage that Arsenal have though is the fact that the player is a fan of the club. As Hato said all the way back in October, the move to Arsenal for Timber was a wonderful one for him. It's also my dream to one day make such a transfer, but I realise I still have a very long way to go. There's also something very intriguing happening at Stamford Bridge. Not only are Chelsea fighting mid-tables at 11th in the Premier League, as recent financial reports have revealed, Chelsea are now running over £200 million of PA in 2023-24. Rumours are circulating they may be in massive financial waters. Players might need to be sold that Arsenal might be interested in, but there will also be an impact on Victor Osimhen's future. Because as David Ornstein reveals, Osimhen to Chelsea is very unlikely this summer, given the transfer fee and the wages. But Arsenal still have other clubs to fight off. As reports in Italy confirm, Osimhen will also become a subject of desire at the likes of Paris Saint-Germain, alongside Arsenal and anyone with the economic means outside the norm this summer. It's a profile that Mikel Arteta wants to add to his team, with even the reliable Mo Arsenal confirming that Osimhen's Arsenal's number 1 choice and nothing has changed. Arsenal will push for him hard. I would not be surprised if they moved away from signing a centre forward altogether, and focused all our resources in other areas including a winger and a midfielder. Ivan Toney is another striker that Arsenal have been linked to massively, who Team News and Ticks has previously confirmed is quite confident won't be an Arsenal player. Now reveals the reason we aren't going for Toney is the fact that we really dislike him as a person. The words they've used is a lot stronger, but I like to keep it PG. It all makes sense when you think about it. Not only has Toney missed 8 months of football for a betting ban, but think about his interview with Stephen Bartlett. The video of him cussing Brentford out as a club despite being a player for them. His quality is undeniable, we saw it in the game of the Emirates. But he's someone that's never been scared to give an interview. Headlines that maybe Mikel Arteta wants to avoid. It all poses the question though, that if Arsenal can't sign an Osimhen and maybe not a Toney, will they go for a project striker instead? The name that comes to mind is Benjamin Sesko, who Fabrizio Romano even confirms that Arsenal have sent scout multiple times to watch. The fact that Sesko has a £43 million release clause, alongside the recent form of Havertz playing as a false 9, Arsenal have the second highest goals in all of Europe. Is it better to spend £100 million on one striker, or split the resources elsewhere? It seems like Arsenal have a massive plan for midfield, with Fabrizio Romano confirming that Arsenal want to make a very big investment in midfield this summer. The name of Joshua Kimmich out of Bayern Munich is becoming interesting, as reports in the UK confirm Liverpool, Arsenal and Man City are all battling out to sign Joshua Kimmich, as the 29-year-old is looking to leave Bayern this summer. Kimmich is entering the final year of his Bayern Munich contract, and with Thomas Tuchel leaving at the end of the season, there's a lot of uncertainty around Bayern Munich. But as Kimmich says, my contract is valid until 2025. I want to show my best for this club and then we will see what happens. His profile for Arsenal would make a lot of sense. An outstanding passer in midfield, completing 65 passes per game at a 91% success rate. Not only is he a captain of Bayern, but he's also very versatile, able to play as a right back. We often hear the name of Martin Zubimendi, but as we reach the next stage of our project, is signing players like a Joshua Kimmich or maybe even a Frankie de Jong complete profiles in the real deal, the step that Arsenal need to take. Moving on to the other Arsenal news today. Arsenal were on fire in the month of February. 4 wins out of 4 and 18 goals scored. All means that Mikel Arteta has now been named the Premier League Manager of the month of February. It's now the 7th time that Arteta has won the award in his career. Since the start of 2021-22, Arteta has now won 29% of the Manager of the Month awards, more than double with any other manager in that time. This, my friends, isn't really normal. The fact that he's only been manager since 2020, and he's now 7th on the all-time list of most ever Manager of the Month awards, only 3 behind Jurgen Klopp and 6 behind Pep Guardiola. His focus now will be on Tuesday, as Arsenal have the gargantuan second leg against Porto in the Champions League, as they try to come back from the 1-0 aggregate defeat. But will we have a certain Gabriel Martinelli, who missed the game against Brentford because of a reported cut on his foot? We then had Tom Canton reporting, who confirmed that Martinelli walked through the mix on crutches. Mikel Arteta is still confident this is not going to be a long-term injury, but if not available against Porto, don't be surprised if we see Gabriel Jesus starting on the left wing instead. What Arsenal have in this game is a massive test. Not only against an informed Porto side, they have won their last 2 games 3-0 and 5-0, but also the chance to make it to the quarterfinals for the first time since 2010. The message from Mikel Arteta though is very clear. This stadium is going to have energy that you've never seen in your life. So bring your noise, bring your energy, your passion, and something beautiful is going to happen. That is the video there though, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was the 5 things we learned from Arsenal 2 Brentford 1, alongside a whole host of Arsenal news ahead of a massive gargantuan game on Tuesday, which hopefully is going to be sensational scene. So my friends, I'll see you very soon. Take care and have a